What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 10 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Bhashiva the White Tiger Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, an absolutely massive quest battle saw Bhashiva claim the Heaven's Gate at the cost of about 2/3 of her army in terms of pure damage, and in terms of cutting down so darn many ogres, 3 full stacks essentially with a lot of elites. And lorefully it does seem that Bhashiva might want to kill the ogres, not appreciating their cruelty of eating the tigers and the noble sons of Cathay and all of that. Still, an absolutely fantastic fight, and I'm excited to see more from Bhashiva and her army as it is being rebuilt with better units. Anyway, we are more or less in a new turn, so it looks like we have stuff to do. So first thing is Bhashiva, you're going to transfer back the Grace of Chue Yin and lose these two as well. Alright, and then go into March Stance and move around this way to Blackfang. You... well, you were what again? You were the tactician, right. I was going to deliver all of this stuff up northward, though at the same time... I do wonder if we could... wait. Do this. I'm pretty sure these guys can't suddenly declare war on us. For this, I hope they can't, because they will insta-kill him. They could even insta-kill Bhashiva, in theory. But I'm pretty sure that faction can't do it. We'll see. Anyway, I would like you to deliver to the artillery army, maybe some of these Nurgle grenadiers. It would be cheaper to... let's see. They're cheaper out of the northern provinces, but... we could build some war lines out of the, 27 versus 21. Oh, wow. Okay, we can have Bhashiva get some northern provinces jet lines then. All right, let's grab a couple of the Nurgle Grenadiers, ironically, from the western provinces, rather than from Nurgle itself. And I'm actually... oh, wait, actually, I just had another idea. What if we use this army to recruit stuff as well? Wait. Give me a minute. Now... we have a hero here. You know what? Go here. I'd like you to see if you can't scout out what's going on at Karak Vlag, rather. There's an army there. Perfect. All right, so you, in theory, should go into this army. So you are going to go right here, and you're going to set up a 100% ambush. And then Gandhari, we're going to have you move into, depending on if you can cross here. Yes, go into camp right here. Then we're going to swap out Abhishek into this army, somewhat temporarily, mind you, and then pop you into this army. Good. Your life lore will match nicely these guys, but we still do need an alchemist here as well, who is on the way, as well as our gate master. You can pop into Gandhari's army to maybe leech XP, and then we'll transfer you after, and we do have a second alchemist on the way as well, but it'll take a little bit of time to get there. Like so. You, since you're going to be here... we can get, well, we can build our own crane gunners, so yeah. Western provinces 25 for a war drum versus northern provinces 19 for a war drum. I mean, it doesn't really matter whose stuff we get. Alright, you can start with the war drum from the northern provinces, I guess. Grab 2, since these armies are going to split off, eventually. Frankly, one of them will probably have to round back to the Dolgan, as we will still have to deal with him. Yaudu, I would like you to build a couple of great cannons, grand cannons. Could even build 3 if we wanted to, completing the quest immediately. They'll be pretty cheap for you. And we don't necessarily have to keep them in your army. We can always transfer them, which isn't a bad idea either. Yeah, maybe. Though they don't have arcing fire, so they wouldn't be great in this particular army. For the defense of Snake Gate, we could always transfer them to another army. Yes. Alrighty, we will need capacity for them. So let's go to armies of Shangyang. We will go here. We will go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure we'll need plenty of them. Ooh, range and reload at the cost of ammunition, but we can counteract the ammunition. Ooh, shrapnel ammunition. Okay, that's probably going to be better. But anyway, let us take out, say, 2 peasant long spears and 1 peasant archer. Doesn't really matter which, I think. And let us build 3 grand cannons. Like so. Alrighty, they'll be somewhat expensive, but they'll get cheaper as soon as we have the Bastion quarters up and running there, so that'll be that. You don't need to move, Feng Huo, you are going to... Oh, you know what? Since there's nothing else to build here or to upgrade in this particular territory for quite a while, actually, you can start trying to steal tech. As to whether you succeed remains to be seen, but, well, you can give it the old college try, and we'll see if you can manage to pull it off. Next up, let's check out our heroes. I do believe I wanted to get one of these Gate Masters for Bhashiva. Let's go with the solid one. I don't want to spend a million years just milling them, but what I do definitely want is the melee defense for the Tiger Warriors and Tiger Warrior Stalkers. It's just too good not to have. And I gotta remember that the Gate Masters also have the ammunition increases. Man, they're going to be needed in every single army. Well, Guardian might, in theory, help you protect the... Well, and the restock would help the... help restock the Stalkers. Restock them, as it were. Anyway, the buildings to be built. I'm so happy about this campaign. The puns make it just... Anyway, Fortune's Offerings. Yes, we need the money, and yes, we need to produce the additional trade goods, so we can build it here. And I guess we might as well upgrade Great Skull Lakes first. 2.8k. Ugh, expensive. I got so used to the bureaucrats making everything cheaper. Actually, now that I think about it, wait. Could we not generate a bureaucrat lord here? I mean, we could if we wanted to, assuming that there is one. Actually, I don't see one. I was gonna go for a bureaucrat magistrate, but, yeah, I don't see one. What I did want to potentially do, however, was, you know what, let's increase the capacity by 1, regardless of the iron favor cost. What I would like to see is this. Celestial General, we got some free ones, so we can get you on field for nothing. Just check you out for a second.
Celestial General.
Leader of Men, this gives us 10 armor for the entire army, which will probably be okay for peasants. Weapon strength for the entire army, or charge bonus for the entire army. You get the Celestial Lion Mount, which is nice. Attacks cause rattled, Aura of Endurance, melee defense +5 and missile resistance. It's nice, but it's a very short range aura. And that's it. Okay, so they don't particularly buff anything. I was just wondering whether a tactician would be the, or a magistrate would be the choice. Yeah, okay, I just wanted to check that he had no items. I wanted to check if a magistrate would be the better choice or the worst choice for the Jade Warrior army, and by a huge margin it's the magistrate. So yes, we're keeping the magistrate. Awakening of the Wood, Earthblood, and Life Bloom, please, and we'll need replenished troops eventually as well, because now Taliana's not healing to max, but we're just going to have to deal with it. Otherwise, I do believe we're good to end the turn unless there's diplomacy to diplomatize, and how are you? Oh. No trading, no dice. Ice Court, nearly there for a defensive alliance, but they're basically dead, unfortunately. It's a bit of a shame. It looks like Draco will wipe them out, so I'm not sure that there's even a point. On the other hand, I suppose if they do have the building... Wait, let me just see what buildings they have here. No, we can't tell. And it looks like Fort Yakova might have been sacked recently. Alright, well, we'll do it, and we'll see. This also gives us visions of other faction, or vision of other factions, unfortunately, but I would like to see something. Yeah, Drake is gonna kill you all. What can you do? And what do we have here? The things in the woods, which are not kitties, and yeah, they don't have access to the cat buildings. Oh, and I noticed that Draca and the Skaven are not fighting each other, or rather they're trying to wipe out the Ice Court. Go figure. Well, that is what it is. And I wonder if Erengrad's still kicking. Nope, Castle von oh wait, that's Castle von Raken, and Erengrad is actually owned by the Man-Eaters. Yeah, they're done. Oh well, not a big deal. Unfortunate, but I don't imagine the elves are gone, and they still have access to their war lines. Anyway, Bhashiva, oh, you know what we can do, though? Since we got the new lord anyway, we can use them to recruit the Lions force. Is there any lord that we would like here? Not a big fan of the magistrate, so we can actually use one of the free lords, like this dragon-blooded Shogungun, which we were going to use to lead an army, but I was actually going to have her lead a proper army. Eager Ambusher and Fleet of Foot. Honestly, I'm not big on any of these. The magistrates are by far the best, but I do want at least one proper Shugengan lord, but frankly it should be the one leading the Lances of Wei Jin, so that would be you most likely. I mean, you did level up by killing Village, even if you have that garbage bureaucrat trait. And the +8/+8 fighty traits is going to make you way stronger, so we could just still send you to do it. But then you would have to be built over here and not over here. Alright, you know what? Then we will temporarily use one of these magistrate, or one of these guys. Income from all buildings +3 after all. Oh, we have a tactician one as well. Cute. Yeah, we'll do Fervent Questioner right here. We'll use him to recruit from our Western Provinces allies 2 Jet Lions for Bhashiva. And we will temporarily, at least, give you a tax collector and a tea master. Frankly, you don't really need the tea master. I would take that. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. We got 1 turn journey time and 8 turns journey time, so we can leave the U2 alone for the nonce, and I believe we're good. All right, skip, and go. Let's see if Gorth the Cruel can, in fact, randomly declare. Okay, that's not Gorth. That's Astrogoth. That's Astrogorth, anyway. Peace treaty, no. After we deal with Nurgle, we're probably going to have to send Bhashiva around to make sure that he's wiped out, because I fear with the Karak dwarfs too busy with the Bone Rattlers greenskins, they might not go that way and do it for us. Shame though it may be. And with this, I do believe we should have... Wait, no, next turn. I was about to say we should have short victory, but it'll be next turn. Ice Court something. Magic drained from... Oh, how dare you? How much magic did you drain? You were full. And the ambush failed. Damn you, game. But what can you do? Augustia has completed the caravan and giving us a mantle of Damsel Elena. Damsel. Kind of mad, to be perfectly honest. Ooh, +5 armor. Don't get me wrong, immunity contact effects is good, but kind of meh. Just generally, this is not worthy of a purple item. This is green at best. Add the unit questing night is nice though. Let us give, I don't know, you this, and then we'll try to figure out who to put this on later. Nemesis Crown, another vision, and Gundari, you are still recruiting, so you will try the ambush once again, because we have to wait until, hopefully, this gets completed, and then we'll go to Karak for Vlag afterwards. Bhashiva, in the meantime, you are still recruiting. You got 2 turns. Alright, so you're nearly there. Might as well just move right beside the thing. Why aren't you healing as much as I thought you would? What the heck? Oh, I leveled the wrong claw speaker, and thereby the replenishment is lower. I take it that's what's happening here. Well, annoying as that is, there's nothing we can do about it. You go here. We could actually heal more by being in the settlement, can't we? Pretty sure we can. Keep watch for our foes. Yeah. Alright, you do that. You trade the 2 jet lines. And who is this? Oh, right, the Gate Master. So unless we get a better Gate Master, Violent, Bureaucrat, and Martial Artist... Yeah, alright, we're gonna pop you in here. Start with training. We'll swap that out later. You, in the meantime, will stay here to act as a recruiter... Depending. Now, you still need to make your delivery, though frankly, if only the Dune Dragons need to be delivered this way... I guess we could put the ogres with Gundari as well, since, I don't know. Serve from the front. It's a possibility. You can then maybe deliver some of these guys too, so let's build some Nangao Grenadiers from, I guess, the Western Provinces. Do that. Alrighty, and then you can go this way. Why would you suffer attrition? Oh, you're right at the edge of the territory, but I don't really care if you suffer a tiny bit of attrition. You can make the delivery, and then we can form a new army out of some of this. Alright, Bhashiva, stay here, we'll attack this next turn, and let's level up before we do anything, because hopefully that'll increase our casualty replenishment. You are waiting for magic bonds, but it's going to take a while to get there. If we save for rank... Yeah, if we save for rank 12, we could get all of these. So let's just get scouting, and maybe a second point in Curse of the Midnight Wind. I don't think Roiling Skies is going to matter against Nurgle, but you know what? Let's get the 1 point and then save the rest. Alrighty, Claw Speaker of Life. You need Protection of Kamau and Mantra of Invigoration, or just Invigoration, to help out the kitties. And I guess we should start moving you through replenished troops. You know what? Let's get 1 more point in Earthblood. and then replenish troops, and we'll try to max that out as soon as we can. Did I? Oh, I saved the point. You then are going to max out Transformation of Kadan and thereby be completely maxed out minus this stuff. So start going through Cleanse Corruption, because the rest of the stuff does not matter in any way. Like so. Alrighty, and then if this army, well, it won't be healed to full, it'll be healed enough for our purposes. Okie dokie. Who's next? You, Alchemist. Go this way. And did this Alchemist not level Alchemical Hardening? You did, meaning you need to now leave this army and Alchemical Hardening the thing. Increase the armor of all units in the parent army by 3. Oh, it's not as much as I thought it would be.
Alchemist of Shangyang.
So it's by... Huh. So wait, so it's at the current level, it's by an additional 3, and then this is armor increased by an additional 7, so it's 10 armor total. So 10 armor into the entire army and magical attacks. Is that worth more than 16... Going here. Is that worth more than 16 melee defense? I don't think so. Well, actually, magical attacks makes it more worth it. Damn it. Yeah, there's no room to have all the frickin' heroes. They're all just so good, but anyway. Bhashiva, stay here for the turn. You're good until you can move. What you do, you are ambushing. Might as well go forward a turn. Try to complete this frickin' quest. Shui Zheng, you are staying here. You will complete our short victory next turn. You will move this way to deliver these. And aha, village is back and oh, I see a problem. I maybe should not have gone this way. These guys have pieced out with each other. Right. We could, however, transfer them one of these settlements and get them fighting again. Well, let me guess. Might be worth it. Let's see. How much is Ice Fuel worth to you? A decent amount. Join war against Village the Curseling. Hopefully this time it'll stick. And it'll give us 4.4k, eh? Not bad. It's not like we're getting much use out of the settlement. Yeah, do it, why not? Let them keep it. And hopefully this will keep these guys busy for now. Minus the, well, the Cathan's not liking the gifts to the Dolgan, but it is what it is. And the Chaos Corruption will go up here because of the Dolgan structures, but hopefully we can counteract it. Oh, I should have built the Tribal Holdfast before doing that, but whatever. Too late. We'll start with the Tribal Holdfast. Alrighty, anything else that we need to do? You need to move to build, and, well, you have already moved. Oh. You cannot reach the Vale of Owen on turn, so go right to the edge of this territory. You will build up this to the next level, or the next tier next turn, and then you will immediately move. Shui, you will go here to Titans? Not, well, actually, no. You can recruit one more cannon, like so. We will deliver the 2 cannons. Actually, you know what? Go for 3 cannons. You'll make the delivery. Oh, if we're going to make the delivery that way anyway, maybe we'll wait for the cannon delivery as well before we go over there. There's a possibility. Could give somebody some Jade Lancers over there, but I'm not entirely sure that anybody needs them. At least at the current time. And though I was inclined to get some more Tiger Warrior Stalkers, I'm not sure that we can afford them at this time either. Alright, so we'll just leave it at that for now. We'll double check Diplo and then we'll go next turn. Wait, did the convoy or caravan rather finish this turn or last turn? Reichland wants a non-aggression or defensive alliance. And that's about it. Alright. Reichland, do we do this? Frankly, I'm 90% sure they'll die, so I think it's not going to be all that valuable. Granted, they do have some nice stuff, so I will think about this. As in stuff that we can build from their armies.
Windshaper.
Eastern River Lords. You are fighting currently the Tree Hammers, not the Lizards, so we'll do this. Though I'm not sure that we confederate with you since you're very weak right now. And Thunderguts we will continue ignoring, at least for now. Alright, and that's about it. Is there any of the newer units that we can give... Wait, Armies of Shangyang. The big kitties. So nothing out of this. Ugh, losing melee defense, no thanks. I'd rather lose the melee attack. Magical damage imbuement 10, negate magic. Wait, I thought you already had negate magic, did you not? No, wait, we have... Oh. That's a very short range, though. We have negate magic on the Jet Lions. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I wanted them. And that range is much bigger. But being able to negate magic across well, more of the battlefield, rather, is not a bad thing. These guys have their insignias, the cannons do not, but, well, we don't have enough cannons to make it worth our while anyway. And then everybody here who needs insignias has them, therefore nothing else to do there. Alright, fair enough. Let us skip. Caravan dispatch, I saw that. Icon has cheeseburgers back. Let's go to hidden stores, that's the main one. Then we'll fix up on healing after. You. We have not been... Wait, did we go to Frozen Landing? Oh lord, I can't remember. The other caravan is returning. We sent somebody to Nullen, right? Tony the Tiger, yeah. No, wait, no, you went to Altdorf. Yes. Alrighty, so the only places where we haven't been are Erengrad and... I think we've been to Frozen Landing, judging by the fact that we've seen these nodes. Alright, so we can't go through Uzkalak because it's too dangerous. Can we go through Jarnagrund? Can we go through Silver Pinnacle? Maybe. The reason I say maybe is that this is kind of close to Astrogoth, but I'm going to hope that we can. Give it a shot anyway. Try not to die, buddy. Alright, and then get us that Iron Favored dispatch. It's a decent army. We got cannons, we got hellstorms, we got gyrocopters. Away. Alright. Well, let's end the turn. And then hit those Nurglites. Oh, and get our short victory condition. Ah, yes, more Astromancers. Finally, some tech thieves. Hopefully, well, we'll probably have to... Probably have to try to get some more bureaucrats, which means milling them for at least a little bit, but it is what it is. It's not like it was unexpected. Did Krakatrin just reclaim one of their territories? No, Fort Yakova or Yakova has been taken out by Dreka or razed. Unfortunate. Zinchbane Teeth. Unstable Alchemy. Another anti-magic thing. What did we gain this from? Arcane Trinket. Oh, we might be gaining this from the quest rewards. A relic discovered. Myrmidons. You have uncovered the site of a treasured relic of the Tiger Warriors. Myrmidons. Ah, okay, well we know where we're sending our next convoy. Fair enough. Now, Bhashiva. It is time to stop the Nurglites. Let's see what they've got in their army and whether our new Jet Lions and Celestial Lions can handle them. Now, the Kitty Alliance grows, and now most of our units, other than these two, are catastic. Let's see what we got. Wait, should we not have... Oh, huh. You appeared? Okay. Defeat the falling lord in Lord's army in battle. It is too late. Nurgle's forces have already breached the rift. What do you mean it's too late? We got there in time. What do we have here? Intercept Nurgle's forces before they reach full strength. This one we read last time. And... complete any of Jamming's... Oh, 2 more turns. Right. It's this that got completed, which is probably what we got items for. But we now have the ability to give these guys insignia, but they don't want insignia. Anyway, you go into stalking stance. Kill. Beautiful. Oh, these poor Nurglites. They do have some Chaos Knights and stuff, but I don't imagine they'll have a very good time here. Go. Alrighty, here we go, our first battle with the Jet Lions now joining the Celestial Lions. Our units of Tiger Warrior Stalkers deployed at the rear of the enemy formation, annihilating pretty much instantly that enemy Hell Cannon, though the Missile Mirror would have probably destroyed it as well, and rapidly mowing down those Bile Trolls with those precursor weapons. In the meantime, up in the sky, the enemy Lord is an aerial unit, so nobody for Bhashiva to assassinate, but fortunately with 2 Celestial Lions on field, the Herald of Nurgle gets torn to shreds, and like nobody's business, he's barely able to dish out any damage to the lions before falling from the sky. Bhashiva, in the meantime, moved towards the enemy Rot Knights and Chaos Knights of Nurgle. Although the latter are completely surrounded by Tigermen of various kinds at this point and are being absolutely torn to shreds. And just like that, 1 minute in, the ambush is over. The Nurglite forces get absolutely obliterated. Keep in mind again that Bhashiva does get a bunch of bonuses for her army when she ambushes. We just haven't been doing a crazy amount of ambushing, but it's worked out quite well when we do, pretty clearly. Very nice. Alright, there we go. Solid ambush. The enemy stood no chance whatsoever of surviving that one, even with the still lacking Iron Claw warriors. As in, we don't have enough of them as yet. We can heal, but we're in our own territory, and therefore we're better off pardoning the captives. Bhashiva did swell with 7,000 damage, even in such a quick fight, but the units of Tigermen with dual axes are really starting to get stronger. And by the looks of it, the Thundercats carry the day for them again. 2,100 money for our trouble. And well, don't you go around all the way. What are you doing? Are you freaking kidding me? What is this? The end of the hunt. As word reaches you of Shangyang's beset by ruin, the Dark God's design is laid terribly bare. The relics are steeped in power of the ancient struggle that freed your people, yet they also bear a fragment of Tzeentch's madness, enough for his disciples to exploit through an insidious rite, and to lay the yoke of the Architect of Fate upon your kin once more. He has manipulated the forces of his dark brothers to bleed your strength and draw you far from your homeland. Only the vigilance of the Iron Dragon catches the conspiracy amid its making, though not in time to halt its course entirely. The war host of Vrask the Skeen Shaper now lays siege to Shangyang. You must make all haste to put an end to the encroaching madness and fulfill your duty not just to the Iron Dragon, but your entire race. Fair enough. Water Snake Breeder, Tax Collector. No. You don't have a Water Snake Breeder. Grab a Water Snake Breeder. Character experience gain. And there it is. Across the world, devote 4 more relics to the Tiger Court. Fair enough. We'll give this to Arid in a second, but Shangyang does not look to be besieged to me, but I assume that something will appear next turn. Or maybe just the quest mission will appear? We shall see. Let's give this a read. The intrusions into your mind grow ever more insistent, but doubt is a waste of strength, long since allotted to the last drop of blood and sweat. Before turning to the gathered warriors for the next strategic hunt for relics, one that draws you farther still from Shangyang, you school your expression in the reflection of your blades. And duty decrees that only resolve be read upon the face of the White Tiger. The mounting fatigue and despair must wait for another day, another battle, perhaps even another life. Every moment lost to hesitation imperils your kind's fate. Alright, defeat the following Lord of in battle, success, and kill. Wow. Our entire movement range. That's how far he moved. Our entire movement range. We're just lucky we regain all of it by moving, but still irritating. And, solid chunk of change for that, though. Maybe it's good that he survived then. I spoke too soon. Nurgle destroyed. And now I'm not sure. Do we head towards the final destruction of Ostrogoth, or do we assume that a quest to get over the Dolgan, that a quest to deal with these guys, a final battle, will come up? It doesn't say anything about a final battle, but I'm pretty sure that there is a final battle quest here somewhere. Also, the fact that these guys have not leveled Shangyang past tier 1 is just infuriating. We could have put that to better use with all of the allegiance points gain and all of that. Game. Come on. Anyway, how long would it take to get here? Well, let's go to the edge of our territory and then we'll see what the game says about this. We won't trespass in these guys' territory as yet. You then, like I said, are going to go around and grab these cannons from Shui, who... Wait, do you still need to be in this territory? Okay, yes. You go here. You build the Cloudwork Hall cheaply as you can, giving us the ability to build Sky Lanterns as much as we want, then go attempt to steal from the Veil of Woe. Oh! You've taken the gates of... Really? You ignored frickin'... you ignored Ostrogoth at the Desolation of Drakenmoor to go for the Gates of Jar? Okay. I wanted that relic. Hello, Scrivener, research rate plus 10. Very nice. Wasn't even expecting a success, much less a free thing. Alright. And I also looked through the tech tree, and I maybe have missed it, but I'm pretty sure there should somewhere be a point that allows us to get increased success chance for heroes. I gotta try to look through it again. I feel like there's something in there. At least in SFO, Cathay basically has the best hero success chance. It reaches 100% rather quickly, so... Anyway, you go this way. 5 turns until a tier 4 upgrade. Ooh, I've been waiting for this. Oh, this is tremendously nice. Alrighty, and then you will deliver those units, so you're gonna go this way, and then you, I guess, will stay here. Channel for now. Alright, that looks good. Gandarian Co. Really? You didn't even try. Real? Okay. You disgust me. Cowardice. Anyway, I always take it personally. I guess we still want to build up the archer towers here, though they are expensive to keep the place going. We will also then want to besiege Karak Vlag. I can't believe you didn't even try attacking this. There's nothing in this army. Unbelievable. Alright, go to Karak Vlag, rather. Alright. Build this. We'll see if they sally out and attack you. And you will, of course, reinforce. Like so. And while you're doing that, because we're in enemy territory, these guys have become more expensive, but not that much more expensive. I was gonna get a couple of grenadiers in the other army. Wait, did I build the grenadiers in this army or no? I did. I built 2. I wonder how many we'll need in that particular army. Since it's the army that buffs explosives, as in this guy, with the Zatan defeat trait and the explosive thing, experimental explosive, we'll probably want a couple more. Go for, out of the northern provinces this time. Let's go, oh, we can only afford 1. Alright, then we'll wait. And plus they'll be cheaper here anyway, so yeah, we'll deal with that afterwards. Okie dokie, who's up next? You, we're going to deliver these to Yaodu, though I am... Okay, so Village has raised these things. And are you guys not liking each other now? Maybe you won't peace out this time, you frickin' jerk faces. I'm somewhat concerned that you're going to take Dragon Gate, and the reason that I'm concerned about this is because if he goes through it and goes to Wei Jin again, then we'll have to deal with him there again without the advent of these guys. But I also imagine Village's army is much weaker than it was, so yeah. You go here, grab a few of the peasants, I guess. Some archers, maybe? Whatever. It doesn't really matter. And then transfer these. There we go. At least here they only cost 100 and 124, so nowhere near as expensive. And then you will... You know how Village isn't normally able to teleport over the Bastion? Is he once the gates have been taken by one of the Norscan factions? I just don't want you to die. We'd have to go around. I try to go around. Oh, it's kind of annoying to do this, but it is what it is. We have to get back here in order to make use of your bureaucrat trait and build this cheaper, but with Wei Jin going up to tier 4, it'll be real nice as well. Alright, looking good. Yaodu, you're good as you are. Muji, you are good as you are. And who is Ying Yuan? Oh yeah, you're this alchemist that's going up here. Alright, hero check. Violent, another bureaucrat. Okay, we'll mill the bureaucrat. Wait a moment. We can't build those here, right? Yeah, okay, I just wanted to make sure that we couldn't mill the bureaucrat there instead. Wait. Can we mill them here? No. Damn it. Wait, maybe there are others that we can mill. Aha! A alchemist bureaucrat. So we'll get you on field, like so. And then we'll mill you, but also save some of that money by making that cheaper. Beautiful. Alrighty, and then this guy, there's nothing to build there, so we wait. What about here? Aha! We can recruit you. No, we cannot. It's only tier 2. Damn. I got so happy there for a second. I raised my own hopes and then promptly crushed them. As I do. Anyway, Gate Master, Bureaucrat in, and Bureaucrat out, buddy. Sorry. Oh, I guess I could have milled somebody else and then gotten the Bureaucrat milled afterwards. But it's not like we have to get too many of them up and running too fast. Alright, that's good. Armies of Shangyang, what do you want? Oh, right, the magical attacks available now out of the Iron Dragon insignia, but we could just do it through Alchemists, so it feels unneeded. This I'm not a big fan of, the melee defense reduction. Oh, bonus versus large would help you fight single entities. I will think about it. Most likely we'd still get one of these, so it wouldn't make much of a difference. And we don't technically have Great Longmaw Riders, and I assume that this doesn't apply to Regiments of Renown, right? Though I am curious.
As hot as dragon's fire.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to. And therefore we can ignore it. Okie dokie. That means we're ending the turn. Wait, did I do all the Ivory Road stuff? I did do all the Ivory Road stuff. Good. Alright, now we're ending the turn. Let's see if that final battle thing that the game implied appears, or whether that only appears when we reach the next stage of the victory, maybe after short victory, or maybe after we reach the tier 5 of all of the missions. Oh, we gotta double check what missions we still need to do. Oh, and also, perhaps we can reach short victory this time around. Alright, what do we got here? An unusual location, Blizzard Peak. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Please don't be a good one. Ah, it's just a rat thing. Okay, wait. I swear I've gotten this before. Could have been in another campaign, though. Well, goodbye. No sewer dwellings. I got excited there for a sec, but looks like no. Shangyang, I don't see anybody besieging ya. Wasn't the thing like, Shangyang is under siege, go help him out, and now I feel nothing. Wow, we have to fulfill 5 more of Zhao Ming's goals for the next tier? Good lord, but they're so annoyingly difficult to fulfill by virtue of not getting ones that are close to us. But what can you do? Alright, well, I guess we're heading to burn down Astrogoth. Would have loved to have grabbed that tower of, or the Gates of Jar before these guys got there, but whatever. Maybe we could trade for him. Oh, you're gonna suffer attrition if you do this? Yeah, but you're gonna have to do it, just go. Start for a little bit of attrition, hopefully it won't be a big enough deal. What about building? We don't need to return here for a while. What about here? I believe you can go down here, and then you can transfer the units, then head to Muji, take those units, and then go and deliver them to where they need to be. And then prepare to build another army. We're keeping just ahead of bankruptcy at all times. Take these cannons for the artillery guy. Alright. Go make your delivery. What else do we have here? Gandarian Co. I guess these guys were too cowardly to sally out, which means I guess we're just attacking them directly. Fair enough. I have never seen such cowardly Khornates. Well, they'll all be dead Khornates soon enough, so let's get to it. No bloodletter summoning, doesn't look like it. Good.
Feel honored, for we fight for the Dragon Emperor. We fight for the Moon Empress.
Alright, now, the Magistrates may not have a Chaos Dwarf level hat, but you have to admit, he's got a pretty solid hat. That's some good hat work there. And thusly, why they are the best of the Cathay and Lords. Maybe it's just me, but I think the ones that buff the army significantly more than themselves are, just generally speaking, better Lords. Anyway, the enemy is standing behind a big old pile of fortifications, but fortunately the fire rain rocket seems decent enough at bringing down the towers, and who knows, maybe even decent enough to bring down those walls. We will continue arcing our crossbow bolts over into the enemy ranks, and we activate the War Drum's magical damage capability so that we can take out those bloodletters, and just as well, if not better, than the Chaos Warriors, now that they can't rely upon their physical resistances. Works quite nicely. We do have a ram slowly being pushed by one of our Jade Warriors with halberds units. If you're wondering why with halberds rather than with shields, no particular reason. It's just that the AI didn't have any range units because it's a coordinate force, and thusly we didn't have to worry about these guys needing shields in the first place. They can keep pushing the turtle towards the enemy gate while we try to make some breaches in the enemy walls with those explosive fire rain rockets. And by the looks of the wall's HP and the fact that we still have roughly 40% of our ammunition remaining on this thing, well, not only can we make one breach, but we should be able to make two. All the while the crossbow rain continues to fall, may as well just keep firing until we run out of ammunition. Now we're down to 5.9 seconds in reload time outside of the overmap. Wait, actually 5.9 seconds on the... Oh, that's on the peasants. We are at still 9.4 seconds on these guys. But we are using the Fury of the Falling Blade here for the magic rather than the Disdain of the Dragon Emperor and the reload time reduction. Though, should you guys not be benefiting from Tactician? Yes, you should. There it is. Probably why you're at 9 seconds instead of 11. Anyway, we are starting to run out of ammunition now, but the second breach has been made, and our arrows are running out. Or crossbow bolts. Once we're done with that, we simply enter the enemy settlement with all of our melee infantry, and on the bright side we had to wait for Gandari to join the fray anyway. Admittedly, there are still a lot of melee units left, or just units generally speaking, left in the enemy settlement, so there's a fair few of them to cut down. Anyway, I'm going to speed this up while we continue firing at them, as I think we've seen enough of the range bombardment and such, until we're ready to start fighting them in melee. And run out of ammunition and have the other units join in. As in the reinforcements. There we go, down to about 10% of our ammunition, a few more arrows down upon the Chaos Warriors of Khorne, and it is time to move. Talion heads through the gate first. A few fire rain rockets. Oh, what, did one of those just smash into one of our Jade Warriors and kill one? Annoying, but what can you do? Anyway, Talion will lead the charge into the ranks of the Chaos Warriors of Khorne, followed by her trusted units of... Ooh, yes, execution animation. Dang. A girl just picked up a fully armored Chaos Warrior on the tip of her... Things Catcher? I don't know what to call that thing. It's not really a Things Catcher, it's like a weirdly shaped trident. I think it's a trident. But anyway, I would love to see that execution animation again, but it looks like rather than taking out those Chaos Warriors, she has to duel the enemy lord, who exchanges a few blows with her and then backs out thanks to those brutal wounds. I guess that's not pleasant even for a demon. See if we can't see any more of those executions. Like, can demons suffer execution animations? I'm not even sure. Because they're banished, not killed. And, ooh, Gandari has arrived, perhaps to steal a little bit of Talion's thunder. But frankly, the enemy lord ran away anyway, so at least one of them will be here to chase him down as needed, as more and more Jade Warriors join the fray. And now we have definitely got these guys powered up quite nicely. We've got 3 drums drumming away and buffing everybody up. They drum in sync. That's kind of interesting. Wait, no, this one was slightly off. Wait a moment. This one's slightly faster than the other two. Interesting, maybe it's because it's the Jade War drum and these two are the regular drums, or maybe it's because they're different armies, but I digress. The enemy moves in with a Blood Reaper on a Blood Shrine, while, well, I'm sure that'll help the enemy or buff the enemy up in the same way that it does our units, but there aren't nearly as many units left to buff up at this point. Droves have been felled by Talion and her Jade Warriors, and now by Gandari having joined the fray. And by the looks of it, with his anti-large, he should take out that... Ooh, looks like an execution animation from the Blood Reaper as well, but should be able to take out the Blood Shrine Blood Reaper in short order. Assuming he doesn't get bowled over or sent flying somewhere. Alright, come on, one more hit should probably break the thing. There it goes. Huh, I wonder if the explosion of that thing kills the units nearby. Like, I know that giants and some other big units kill a few units that they crush when they collapse. Anyway, time to start heading down the ramp. I guess we have the elevation advantage now. And we certainly have the support advantage in terms of the sheer amount of heroes we have. Earthblood healing us, the various kinds of the drum support, and various stand your ground and tactician stand your ground abilities available to us to keep our defenses insanely high. Over 100 on all of the Jade Warriors with halberds. And I'm not entirely sure how much the Jade Warriors with swords have, but I'm pretty sure it's probably still pretty darn good. It's 89 even on the Jade Warriors with swords. Really gotta try to find another Razor standard for the other unit of Jade Warriors with swords, as especially in vanilla the AI has a tendency to build elite units and spam them a little bit more, it feels, because it can get to them faster since vanilla is more streamlined than SFO, and thusly we're more likely to encounter more heavily armored troops and thus need the ability to counter them. Hence, at least in part, the piles of and Jade Warriors with halberds. Anyway, the bounce power shifts to about 90% in our favor at this point, and there are a few enemy units, but I think we've seen our Jade Warriors cut droves of them down at this point many a time, been saving the magics and not dropping the damage-dealing magics upon the enemy. As I wanted to see how our battle lines would work against the enemies, and by the looks of it, pretty darn well. Just a matter of time now as we just cut down the last of the decently healthy units remaining to the enemy. And Chaos Warriors of Khorne desperately trying to pin their hopes on their Chaos Plate, but the halberds of the Jade Warriors penetrating them soundly. 23 armor piercing weapon damage. Granted with slow attacks, because halberds, but nonetheless. And it looks like the last units of the Bloodletters that are here are beginning to melt away. And what else do we have on the field? Oh, there's a unit of Chaos Chariots of Khorne. Yeah, but it's not a Gore-Beast Chariot, therefore it's not really a threat. Unlike the Gore-Beast Chariots, which can fight in melee, the regular Chariots not so much. Bloodletters melt. The Chaos Warriors of Khorne are shaken, and even our Magistrate has joined the battle at the fore of the army. Actually up to 15 kills, because he did so a few seconds earlier. But since he has joined the fray in melee, it looks like the battle is just about done. A Searing Doom will clear the path for the Magistrate. And again, I do like the contrast between the red of the Khornate forces and the green of our Jade Warriors. Though I don't imagine it'll last for too much longer, as the bounce power is at about 95% in our favor. Now, frankly, I'm actually shocked that the enemy army has not yet routed at this point. They're sticking around for much longer than I was expecting. And yeah, the Earthblood and the Life Bloom giving us a sort of greenish glow on the Jade army is making a lot of sense to me once again, so pretty happy with that. Anyway, I think this is probably the last unit of Chaos Warriors of Khorne that will be willing to fight here. A heck of a brawl, perhaps. But even the Khornates will eventually give up. And I do believe their army will shatter. Ah, wait, no, there's a unit of Fleshhounds that decided to stay out of the fight. Well, they won't be in the fight for too long, as they are rather fragile, and Fleshhounds are large units, so they just charge into a giant pile of anti-large halberds. Anti-large magic damage dealing halberds at that, so they would not have had a good time against them at the best of times. There we go. With the Fleshhounds out of the picture, the enemy army does shatter, and the battle is ours. Very, very nice. Certainly took a little bit of work, and I suppose then I understand why the Khornates were too cowardly to sally out and fight us in the field. Alright, there we go. The Coronates admittedly took longer to rout than I was expecting, but it was fun having our Jade Warriors of various kinds, buffed as they were by 3 drums from the 2 different armies, as well as all of the hero buffs and all of that, cut down those Warriors of Khorne. Very, very nice. And let's see, the highest performing one by a fairly wide margin is the Jade Warrior Halberds here with 15k that have the extra bonus versus large, which they didn't really get the chance to use, but they still hacked everybody, all the infantry apart regardless, which is nice. We'll occupy the place, I guess.
Blade for the Emperor.
And then we'll think, oh right, mission successful as well. Ooh, more Swordmaster is also good. Scroll of Blast, sure, though we'll probably transfer that to somebody, and
Lord Magistrate.
you are now having the alchemical hardening. You will also most likely want to go for the preparedness drills. Frankly, we'll probably have 2 of these guys, so we'll probably do both anyway. Alright? And, ooh, wait a moment. At level 10, you will need, well, just 3 points actually, not that much. Not as much as I thought at any rate. So let's go for preparedness drills. We could grab Implacable Spirit for you personally, just so that you have the extra range. Not that it makes that much of a difference. Well, the dragons are just leadership, so I don't really care about that. Let's grab Tactician, though, and... Bulwark of the Gate is rank 10, but again, we only need 3 points. Just grab Implacable Spirit, why not? Screw it, just get rid of the dragons. It's just gonna bother me not to have it. And then you have Alchemical Hardening, so it's no point going for either one of these 2, since you can't have all of them, so you can now grab Gehenna's Golden Hounds. Which is a lot scarier in SFO than vanilla, but it's still a decent spell. You... Is it Litany of the Winds that we want to go through too? You do miscast occasionally, and I admittedly don't like that. Pit of Shades is also nice to have. Yeah, whatever. We'll do that for now, and then Gandari, up to level 22 now, pretty solid. Go for Deadly Blade. Deadlier. Ever deadlier, Gandari, ever deadlier. And then, yeah, we will want to get this Gatemaster into this army, which means swapping out a unit like the bandits, meaning you are going to take the bandits, and you, Gatemaster, are going to go into this army with preparedness drills.
You have much
Beautiful.
to learn.
Alrighty, even more melee defense. We're up to 70 on the Jade Warrior with halberds and 90 armor, and that's without the considerations offered by the drum as well. And obviously, the units will get stronger as we get the Jade Standard there. And we might double up on it, or we might go 1 Jade Standard and 1 Sentry of Metal to increase the missile capabilities of our units. The Jade Warrior crossbows could really use the reload time, I think, as at 12 seconds, they're really quite slow. At least without, you know, drums and other things in consideration. Anyway, we need 1 more point. Let's get Inspired Marksmanship 2. Oh, the Inspired Marksmanship 2 only increases accuracy. Oh, but it does increase duration by a considerable amount. But also the cooldown increases. I take it the same sort of situation here. Yeah. This gives you extra charge defense. Alright, let's go for Grand Tactician now. Then, oh, you're lettered. I wanted to see whether the regular Tactician would go away, but I guess we can't know for sure. At least not yet. We might as well start maxing you out in this regard. I don't really care about any of this, at least not yet. Oh, you know what? Let's grab... Oh, no, let's grab Root Marcher. There's a lot of good stuff. Anyway. You need to go through Replenish Troops. And Earthblood needs to be maxed out. And then Tavian, you got 2 points. Let's grab Wind Harmony, because it's bothering me that it's not complete. And Colossal Strike. Lovely. That worked out. Alright, you guys are good where you are. You are supposed to go into... Oh, you're all supposed to go into this army. Meaning we need to take out another unit. You guys are supposed to be here. You're supposed to be in this army. I think we have too many of the Jade Warriors with halberds, unfortunately. One of them will have to be removed. I was going to replace one of them anyway with a with those Dune Dragons. Though, funnily enough, at this point, they might actually be stronger than the Dune Dragons. Maybe then we won't have to deliver the Dune Dragons there and can keep them somewhere else. Take one of them for now. I might swap something else out. Frankly, this army won't have artillery, so the Poison Rain Rocket will go, but it will actually travel with Chu-Du, who will be replaced by a different lord, so there's that. Anyway, you Now go into this army. Unfortunately, you're not leveled, so all you can do is increase mobility. And oh, I should have put you into that army before we attacked. My bad. And you will then need to swap out later on to go for alchemical hardening, maybe, or metallurgic refining. Weapon strength is increased by an additional 7. It's not a percentage, it's just straight up 7. That's what you're telling me right now? Huh. Usually weapon strength are... No, it's gotta be a percentage, right? It can't just be plus 7 weapon strength, can it? Huh. I guess we could try it to see. I just wanted more armor, but I don't want to delete you. I guess we could reset you if it's not the way that it works. Certainly interesting. But anyway, anything else that we need to do this particular turn before we go on to next? Who are you and what are you doing? Oh, right, you need to go around. Aha, village has raised Dragon Gate. I do wonder if that means he's going to go through it, though he took severe damage in doing so. Huh. You go here. It would actually be lovely to actually plug the gate. Huh. You go here. Go into... in camp, just in case. You sit here in Snake Gate.
Cathay.
And we'll see what Village does about the gate, whether he reclaims it or whether he sits there, and then you sit there. What's the growth like? Ah, still too slow, unfortunately. But it's okay. Hopefully it's okay. Alrighty, what about the... who are you again? Alright. You're waiting. You will be needing to steal tech because we can't upgrade anything here, and we are waiting for 4 more turns to upgrade anything there, meaning try available once again. Oh, it's back up to 11? What about here? 9. Okay, so we get a slightly better chance at Jarna Grund, perhaps surprisingly. Don't die, please don't die. Of course. Of course. Okay. So freaking... why do I bother? Why do I bother? We get this guy, but Fervent Questioner does nothing for us. I guess we'll wait. You disappoint me. Anyway, let's see. Oh, do we have claw speaker capacity or are we out? No, we're out for now. But we'll keep an eye on them. Oh, and of course now we get a frickin' strategist of the claw speaker of life. Tranquil, and try to keep an eye on more strategists of various kinds. Everybody should be a strategist. Yeah, and then you will make the delivery, but for now I guess we're moving. Minus Karak Vlag. You have the public order building, which is probably not the building that we'll want here. We will start with the archer platforms. Do any of these help with the defense? Construction time, growth, construction cost, control versus recruitment, research, and all that. This would give us Tiger Warriors versus Tiger Warrior Stalkers. Admittedly, I do think the Stalkers would be quite nice on the walls. The Jade Lancers are equivalent. Yeah, no, I'm still gonna go for this one. And then, frankly, we should probably replace the marble here. So delete this, regardless of the fact that it gives us control. Shame though it may be. And I don't know about Fort Dwarslav. Decent likelihood we're not keeping it, most likely because everybody will just go around it and kill it, so there isn't anything we can do about it. Path to the east. Wait, what? Fort Dorjny Vort. I forgot about you. How could I forget you? Tribal Enclave. And then we'll need to upgrade stuff here next turn, and hopefully build more money. Blizzard Peak. I don't know if we should upgrade you, because if these guys peace out, reverse of declare war again, then we'll want to get them to fight them again. And when we eventually fight the Dolgan, most likely, we'll simply take this back. It's not like we care about these red territories. Alright, now we can end the turn. Wait. So you guys are good. Outpost available with... Outpost available. Oh, with you, but we get nothing useful out of you. We'll take your mission, though. Just because we can. And then we'll end the turn. Ooh, speed. Yes. Oh, that's... I gotta love that speed. And now we will get the short victory. And that'll increase our Astromancer capacity, so the Wounded Idiot will be joined by more idiots, hopefully some of which will not get wounded, and we'll actually have some proper tech thievery to start properly getting a few techs up and running. We certainly need them. Thorg, I would once again love to save you as long as you don't hold pig barter, but I'm not doing anything with you right now. Well, let's see what happens. Alright, first of all, Jiao Ming's goals. Reap the Iron Wind is completed, giving us Short victory complete. Hero capacity +3. Ambush by Tony the Tiger Caravan. I hope it's not one of those super big armies, because we certainly won't be able to leverage the organ guns. Alright, Tony the Tiger Caravan, try not to die, sir.
Do not embarrass me, brothers. I expect us to make this look easy.
Alright, I appreciate Gandari, he looks fantastic, but look at this claw speaker, look at the way he walks, the saunter, the come at me pose. Come on, ambush me, I dare you. Oh, that's magnificent. I love this guy. I didn't realize that the claw speakers walked like this. Absolutely love it. Not that Gandari's walk isn't great either, but anyway, here we go. We've got an ambush, and it looks like a decent amount of units, which means there's some danger to losing forces. Mournfang cavalry immediately crash into our rear lines, hitting the organ guns and prompting a response from our Longmar riders as well as the peasant horse. The peasant obviously are not going to be able to do much, if anything, against the enemy ogre cav, but hopefully they can pin them in place, or at the very least use their bodies to block the precious organ guns, or block the from reaching the precious organ guns, because every organ gun is worth a heck of a lot more than a few peasants. Looks like some saber tusks will charge our Slayer pirates, but I imagine the Slayer pirates are reasonably happy about that situation. And we'll start whacking away at those saber tusks, while admittedly the units of Mournfang pretty much immediately force a Jade Warrior crossbow unit to rout. The rest of our crossbows are trying to head to the safest looking place on the map, which is in the shadow of this cliffside, so that they can only be attacked from 3 directions rather than 4, and hopefully be protected by the rest of our army. In the meantime, our Lord, Tony the Tiger, has... did I say Gandari earlier? I think I did. I got Gandari on the brain. But anyway, because he's our only Sawai, technically speaking. These guys are Caravan Lords, and they do... I don't know, maybe they should have been named something different. But anyway, I guess they're the same type of Lords. But anyway, not important. The Tony the Tiger deletes the Slaughter Master Crad rather soundly, taking very little damage, unsurprisingly. And it looks like at the head of the column, the enemy is pretty much defeated. But the head of the column isn't where we were concerned, as the Saber Tusks and Mournfangs hit the rear of our column, where our most vulnerable units are. The Peasant Horse are now out. The Longmar Riders are getting torn apart by the Mournfang Cav, but they did seem, by the looks of it, to just barely save those units of organ gun crews. Also, I do like our color scheme on the dwarfs as well. Quite a lot, in fact. We get some more dwarf units. Anyway, with our rear line units, our precious organ guns safe, we now try to close the distance quick as we can with the rest of the fighting ogre cav, and do our best to pin them, while the range units that are not routing, like the one that got instantly routed, to pin cushion these guys and send them packing. In fact, the one that routed just came back and is going to be able to add its fire to the fray, though by the looks of it, enemy units are routing as well. In the meantime, with the enemy Slaughtermaster defeated, Tony's going to engage with the enemy Hunter here, who is a decent melee fighter, but with the anti-large bonus being 30 on the Sawai Lords, they should have a massive advantage against fighting ogres. And thusly, I don't expect that Hunter to survive, as most likely every or nearly every blow from our Sawai will land. Otherwise, most of the ogre units have been cleared out. We've been at least partially ignoring the Nobbler Trappers, and I think there's another Nobbler unit in here, so they will be the last to flee. They're also difficult to fire upon over the heads of our other units in the same way that the ogres are not. Peasants just distracting them so that they don't fire away and kill off our great Longmar Riders, as they are severely beat up. They'll give chase to the Mournfang Cav to make sure that they don't rally, but it looks like nobody will rally as with that. The enemy army shatters, and the battle is ours. Looks like once again, by a whisker, we were able to preserve our units here. Lots of them are severely damaged, but the caravan trundles on. Alrighty, there we go. A Pyrrhic victory and certainly a close call, but being ambushed is, well, always dangerous, especially when a significant portion of your army is made up of artillery and range units. So the Crushers, or Mournfangs rather, crashing into the back of our column was certainly worrying there. I was worried about losing the organ guns, but it looks like we just managed to barely hold on to them. And good work out of the peasant horsemen, not so much from doing damage directly in the fight, but A, chasing the enemies down after, and B, of just holding back the Crushers long enough for other units to go to where they were supposed to be. Plus, good job to Tony, who defeated the enemy lord and then chased down the enemy hunter and defeated him as well. 1 kill, 10,000 damage. Alrighty, Venerate. And I take it that Caravan survives, so it's always weird when... There we go. I was wondering where those pop-ups were. Ambusher discovered Lokir, not our problem. Maggot host destroyed. Ah, they get killed by Archaon? Yeah, they did. Ah, good job, Archie. And the Narj were destroyed by the Cool, I take it as well. Ah, Archie doing good work. Hey, we got that 20% speed. Oh, that's a big buff to our Tigers, but potentially even bigger buff for our Jade Warriors, who now don't have to crawl, as they're usually fairly slow units. Very nice. Very nice indeed. New tech as well. Much as I'd like to go through the additional economic techs, I've been wanting to grab this. 10 armor for all melee units, and it allows us to go through the 15 armor for Jade Warriors and Tiger Warriors as well. Gotta up armor those Tigers, because once they're heavy enough, we'd actually be able to use them as mainline infantry rather than necessarily as a support. Anyway, well, I don't want to trespass, but minus 20.
Before you take my ale.
I don't see how we could avoid trespassing in your territory there, bud. I think we have enough relics we can avoid trespassing, because there's a thing that allows us to do it, but right now we don't have that, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. Maybe you shouldn't have taken the Gates of Jar, but I guess you also took this. And you are at war with the Overlords of Jarduk, yes? Yes. Alright, well, no choice but to trespass. I guess we could do something like join war against the Bone Rattlers for the non-aggression pact. And we'll ignore the Overlords of Jarduk for now, like so. Funnily enough, Karak, who we would potentially want to be friends with, in fact know potentially about it, probably will be angry at us trespassing. What if we join war against the Iron Claw Orcs? Nah, but then what if our caravans travel through their territory, because we gotta go to Myrmidons. Mors, Rictus, yeah, it's all in the way of caravans, so we can't ask to join wars to help you. Which is a bit of a shame, but what can you do? Alright, well, hopefully that caravan survives. I take it leveled after that, though. And let's grab Wayfinders. Chance of caravan intercept battle being an ambush, minus 50%. Frankly, I probably should have started with that rather than the hidden stores then. So, my bad then. So, my bad. Do you have the anti-ambush thing? You do not. You do not. Well then. Good luck. Try not to die. Tony the Tiger. Well, let's hope that you don't get attacked here. Anyway, Bhashiva, you've no choice but to trespass. And get to Astrogoth's final territory next turn. I do wonder if he has a full stack, which is very much a possibility. And of course he doesn't get wiped out by you guys. You go directly for the relic thing that's way, way further away. Because, yeah, you have to annoy us. Alright, Gandari. And Chudu. You two will go to Karak Doom. You can start an ambush just in case, and you can follow an outright channeling because Village stole all your mana. And we'll leave Karak Vlag in its current state, minus getting the marble there. And I guess we'll upgrade for Dwarslav as well in order to actually get not public order, in order to get growth rather than what we currently have. I, again, don't want to go too far north, so after we take Karak Doom, most likely everything else will just want to raise. He has this one entire province, and we don't want to necessarily be sharing a border with Archie, though admittedly Archie will most likely attack us anyway, but frankly so will the Dolgan, so... Oh! I guess it was the right move, look at that. The Dolgan have taken Village's last territory. I was wondering whether they were going to... whether they were going to manage to pull that off, and they do. You, take Dragon Gate. And colonize. And we're gonna have to start from basics here, and oh, it's concerning. There's a full Dolgan stack right there. Well, try to survive. Go into construction reduction. 3 turns to get the basic bastion guardhouse as well. And you stay at this gate. You can also cheaply recruit a bunch of other stuff if you want. Are you a bureaucrat, incidentally? No, you're a tactician. Oh, right, I was gonna swap you out and actually give you a proper army. Only something to think about. Though, unfortunately, we're at minus 1.5k. I guess, regardless of the fact that we don't have the bureaucrat here, we're gonna build Wei Jin up to the next tier. Might even, just in case, build the defensive structure back. Because I'm a little bit concerned about the Dolgan breaking through, since they've grown pretty darn powerful up there. And we have somewhat contributed to this, so what can you do? Anyway, you are going... Wait. Actually, the question is, who wants to make the delivery? I guess it would have to be you, wouldn't it? Yeah. Alright, so you know what? Let us meet... I mean, yeah, I can suffer attrition. I really don't want to meet in Jarnagren, but I'm assuming they won't declare war on us. I'm kind of concerned about it. You know what, let's just meet up here in our own territory. It's gonna make me nervous otherwise. Actually, you know what, I'll figure out what units of those need to be transferred between the episodes, and I'll deal with that myself. Let's see what else we have. Actually, by the looks of it, primarily the only things we have are building, and milling stuff. Oh, right, the hero capacity is increased. Isn't it beautiful? Alchemist, Astromancer. I got another trained one. We should pick that up to join an army rather than to act as a hero. What do we have here? And I guess we will mill you. I don't really care about the leadership when fighting chaos. How about weapon strength or something when fighting chaos? Even then, I'd probably take other, you know, more generalist stuff over that. Anyway, let's go for a trained Astromancer. And maybe we just take this lettered Alchemist. 75% character XP gain is a lot. And again, the Alchemists aren't fighting, they're there to support, so the bonus to HP, the bonus to melee defense, physical resistance most likely won't come in handy, and even if the magical item droptions doesn't work for you, it should still probably be of use. And what about the... Okay, now we checked all the other heroes. Alright, well then, I guess we're good. Oh, I did want that strategist as well. There is no other tactician or strategist, so we'll pick you up because you're a strategist. Good. Alright, minus 1300. But you'll all go into armies. Frankly, you're probably going to need some heroes as well, especially since you're not a caster. And we'll have to build you up an army, but that will have to be for next time. I will deal with the hero or the unit swappage between the episodes, and then next time we will start moving them this way. And it's just about time for Gandari and the other army to split off so that they can function on their own. It's long past due, so that will hopefully be something we do next time. So stay tuned for it. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm. And wait, did I pick a new... I did not pick a new. I guess we could just go for this thing again. Or we could loop back around and try to capture Jarnagrund. We only have to be at war with his enemies for 10 turns, eh?
I am open.
And he's currently at war with Challengers of Cordyceps of Hashut and the Blessed Dread. We're not at war with the Blessed Dread at this current time. Ooh, and I noticed that we have missions as well. Ally missions. Arbal the Undefeated. Well, well, well. Look who's back. Wellity, wellity, wellity. And we could also grab Aldrash Thrall Taker. They're both pretty much guaranteed. Do one each, just in case one of them runs away or gets killed by somebody else. I think that makes sense. Yeah, and I will try to remember to select the mission at the start of next episode, because I've been trying to end this episode for like 5 minutes now, so I'm calling it now. More tigers to come, stay tuned. All glory to the algorithm, likes and comments below, and thanks for watching.